Hello, this is Chris Rowlands for bestwindowsmobileapps.com giving you a review of VolumeX, which is a Windows Mobile volume extension. This is what it looks like. It does fade out after a moment. It's nice, big and finger friendly. You can control, well, that down the left hand side is your device volume, and on the right it's your ringer volume, and you can change those independently, or if you click on the icon in the middle there, the little lock symbol, you can control them both at the same time. That is of course maximum volume, and that is minimum. Then you can go on to vibrate as well as silent. Now if I take that off, this one here, this little button, the second one down, gives you an example of how loud it would be at any given time. Now that third button down, which I just pressed by accident, little pin icon, push pin, that is to set your default volume. So if I wanted my ringer to be up quite loud but turn down my main volume, I'll click on that pin and it'll say this is my default volume. Problem is you can't go back to changing your volume after it's set your default volume. You have to wait for it to fade out, like so, and then press the up or down key to open it again. And then you can, when you change it to anything other than your default volume, that little timer button there appears. So I shall click on that, and this gives you an option to restore your default volume after a certain amount of time. So it does keep fading out. After 15 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours, you can also tick boxes to permanently check to restore the default volume, and choose whether or not you want a little prompt to a little message box to appear asking you if you want to restore your default volume. So, I've dropped my phone. Great. So yes, that is the default skin to it. There is in fact 3. So whenever you want to do anything else, you have to wait for it to fade out. But then there's the VolumeX settings. This is where all the magic happens. These are the various options. So when I chose how long I wanted it to wait before resetting my default volume, well, you can change those amounts there. So as you saw, it was on 15 minutes, 1 hour and 3 hours. So you can change that, and it says there maximum of 3 hours. So you can change those to whatever you want. You can change how often it monitors if the default volume is there. You can tell it to use haptic feedback when changing the volume or not. And also you can auto mute the system sounds during a phone call. There are 3 skins. I'll show you the other 2 in a moment. You can tell it to auto hide after, well, how long you want it to wait before you auto hide, and also the number of steps. So I'm going to change that to 15. Now this is interesting. You can change what different buttons do. So the open volume screen is what volume up is set to, and you can change it to any one of those. So by default, volume up is open the volume screen. Long press on volume up sets the volume to maximum. Volume down opens up the volume screen, and volume down long press sets it onto silent. But yes, as I said, you can change them to any of those. Now on this third page, you can tell it to open up VolumeX whenever you click on the little icon up at the top, but I don't, because I have that set to something else. When you press the little plus, it has different options like register. It costs £8, no, not £8, $8.90, sorry. There's the about page, change the language. It does support a variety of languages. The readme, contact support, and checking for updates. So now I'm going to save that and then open it again to show you these 2 other themes. Press the volume up, and there you go, that's with a slider. Okay, like that. And the right hand one doesn't seem to be working so well. That's not so good, but you get the idea with the left hand one. And if I wait for that to fade out, then I can show you the third skin for it, which looks, well, it's a white one, so I'm going to save that, and then press up again, and it looks like that. And you have, again, the slider on the right isn't working so well. I'm guessing that's just a problem with my device. That'll probably work after a soft reset. Anyway, a very nice addition to Windows Mobile. Adds some nice little features in there, and yeah, so that is VolumeX. Oh, actually, the one last thing that I need to add is that it does have a very nice feature to do with your appointments. So if I had a particular meeting that I wanted to go to, and I wanted it to go on to silent whilst I was in that meeting, but didn't want to have to faff around with it, when I actually write my appointment into my device, in the location section, if I add a /s onto the end of it, VolumeX will automatically detect that and then put it into silent. So for any of your appointments that you have in your Outlook appointments, in locations, add /v to put it onto vibrate, /s to put it on silent, or /m to put it onto the maximum volume automatically. So you won't have to fiddle about with the volume. Yeah, I think that is it. So, thanks for watching. That was VolumeX.